Now, ninth standard history, second lesson, ancient civilization. In the previous part, we have seen Egyptian civilization. Next to the Egyptian civilization, now we are going to see the Mesopotamian civilization. Mesopotamian civilization refers to the region of Iraq and Kuwait in West Asia. The Sumerian, Akkadian, Babylonian, and Assyrian civilization flourished in Mesopotamia. In the Greek language, Meso means in between and Potamus means a river. So Mesopotamia, it means the land between the two rivers. That is, what are the two rivers? That is Euphrates and Tigris. The name of the rivers are Euphrates and Tigris. So both the river flow in the Mesopotamia. So it is called as Mesopotamian civilization. The northern part of Mesopotamia is known as Assyria, and southern part of Mesopotamia is called as Babylonians. Now we'll see society, state, and administration of Mesopotamian civilization. The Sumerian civilization had many city-states. A typical Sumerian city was surrounded by cultivable lands. The fortified Sumerian cities had the temples called ziggurats, and its center, ziggurats, actually it is like a fort. The temple was controlled by the priests, scribes, and nobles were part of the government. The rulers and priests occupied the top of the society. So in the society, rulers, priests were in the first category. The rulers performed the role of chief priest. The scribes, merchants, and artisans were placed next in the hierarchy. It means second stage or second category in the society were scribes, merchants, and artisans. The scribes maintained the account of the taxes, and the priest collected the taxes. So scribes is in charge of the account of the tax. Priest used to collect the taxes. The temples acted as storehouse of the taxed commodities. So in the time of Mesopotamian civilization, the temple as the storehouse. So whatever they collected the taxed commodities, they used to kept it in the storehouse, that is in the temple. Assemblies were created for the administration of the state. Cultivable lands were owned by the kings and higher classes of people in the hierarchy. Now about food and agriculture. Agriculture was the main occupation of the Mesopotamians. They had developed irrigation systems for ensuring the availability of water for agriculture, and they cultivated wheat, barley, onions, turnips, grapes, apples, and dates. They domesticated cattle, sheep, and goats. Fish was the part of their diet. Now, trade and exchange. Trade was an important economic activity of the Mesopotamian society. So, they had the internal trade and external trade. Trade assisted in the exchange of goods procured from the potters and artisans. So, what the traders did, they exchanged their things to the potters and artisans. They traded with Syria, Asia Minor, Iran, and Indus Valley people. Cities and towns planning in the Mesopotamian civilization. The Mesopotamian cities featured mud or baked brick walls with gates. So they constructed their building with baked bricks and also with gates. Some of the people lived in the reed huts, like thatched houses. They lived in the outside the cities. The ziggurats were at the city center on a platform and appeared like steep pyramids with staircases leading to the top. So ziggurats was in the center of the city, and it seems to be like pyramids, and it had like staircases to go to the top. Religion of the Mesopotamian civilization. The Sumerian religion was polytheistic. It means they started to worship many gods or goddesses. The Sumerians prayed to Enlil, the god of sky and wind. So the Enlil, E-N-L-I-L, Enlil was the name of the god. They worshipped based on the sky and wind. The Ninlil, Ninlil, Ninlil was the Sumerian goddesses of grains, like agricultural crops. So they started to worship the goddesses. That is, name of the goddesses was Ninlil, Ninlil. So they started to worship. Then again, next to the god name Marduk and Ashur. This is also name of the god. So they worshipped Enlil, the Enlil god based on sky and wind. Ninlil was then based on the grains, agricultural crops. Then other god name was Marduk and Ashur. So this type of the gods they started to follow. So this is called as polytheistic. That is, different gods they worshipped. The most famous of this is the Epic of Gilgamesh, so which is written in the cuneiform text. Like this is the epics called in the Sumerian civilization, that is Gilgamesh, like Bible, Quran, like that. In the period of Mesopotamian, they had the epics which was called as Gilgamesh, which was written in the cuneiform method, cuneiform letters. In the Mesopotamian civilization, now we are going to see about Hammurabi's law code. Hammurabi Code is an important legal document that specifies the laws related to various crimes. It has 282 provisions specifying cases related to family rights, trade, slavery, taxes, and wages. It is carved on a stone. This carved stone contained law of Code of Hammurabi. It kept it in the middle of the city. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth form of justice is used in the Hammurabi Code. Now, Sumerian style of writing, that is called as cuneiform method. Cuneiform is the Sumerian writing system. The shape of letters is in the form of wedge, and hence it is called as cuneiform. They used the script for commercial transactions and writing letters and stories. The clay tablets contain loads of information on the Sumerian civilization. So this method is written in the like a clay tablets. So in the clay tablets, they've written stories, documents, letters, etc. Now about art of Mesopotamian civilization. The Mesopotamian art included sculptures in stone and clay. Mesopotamian sculptures portray animals such as goats, rams, bulls, and lions. Some mythological figures like lions and bulls with a human head have also been found in their art. In the Mesopotamian civilization, we are going to see about the science. The Mesopotamians excelled in maths, astronomy, and medicine. They developed the concept of multiplication, division, and cubic equation. The numerical system based on 60 was conceived by them. They were the ones to formulate the 60 minutes hour, the 24-hour day, and the 360-degree circle. The Sumerian calendar had 7 days in a week. They created the water clock and lunar calendar based on the movement of the moon. They had developed a medicinal system as well. A text called the Diagnostic Handbook. So, Diagnostic Handbook, which is based on the science and medicine. This indicates a scientific understanding the herbs and minerals. So, in the Diagnostic Handbook, they narrated about the herbs and the minerals. Contributions of the Mesopotamian civilization: the invention of potter's wheel. Then they developed the calendar system of 360 days. Then the cuneiform system of writing. And finally, the Hammurabi's law code. These were the contributed by the Mesopotamian to the world.